media preservation and not good enough services. Let me explain why. I was checking Twitter or X yesterday and I found this tweet. I was already thinking on making this video, but after seeing this, I just had to do it now. I don't get why people are mixing two things that don't have to do one with the other. And don't get me wrong, I totally agree with the fact that if you pirate a modern game that is actively being sold and you have the means to get it legally, then that is wrong because you are getting something for free without supporting the people who created these works of art. But that has nothing to do with downloading old things that are not being sold as of now. And this applies especially to retro gaming or retro media in general. Follow me with this example. If I want to play Mega Man right now, what are my options? Oh, I can get the Mega Man Legacy Collection that is available for modern consoles. You can get it physical or digital and even goes on sale on occasions. If I want to play Mega Man X, same thing. I can get the Mega Man X Legacy Collection that is also available for modern consoles. But if I want to play Mega Man X Command Mission, what are my options right now? The only supposedly legal way that I can play this game is to get a 20 plus years old console, which are the PS2 and the GameCube, and get a working copy of the 21 years old game. And you gotta do this by buying it from resellers because neither the console or the game are sold officially as of today. And because the consoles and the games are really old, they are very susceptible to age-related and use-related damage, like the disc getting scratched, getting disc rot or delamination, or the console just straight out failing like the PS3 that I had in the past. Another thing is that some games are extremely expensive on the collector's market, and I can get the whole offer and demand thing, but I just want to play a game without having to pay 4 months of rent for it. You can see that even Notch responds to the post I showed earlier with something along the lines of what I just mentioned. And the worst part of all of this is that none of this supports the creators or developers of the consoles or the games. The only one who benefits from this is the reseller. So if no one ripped the games to make it available to play on PC or just being able to have it on my computer, and the companies decided to never re-release the game on modern consoles, the games will eventually cease to exist after all the physical media of said game was eventually degraded and unplayable. So far, we can see that many times piracy is a matter of accessibility to the media, of how easy or how hard is it for people to obtain the things that they want. Even Gabe Newell, the founder of Valve, mentioned this on an interview.
And the reason that we think that we don't have issues with piracy is that there's misconceptions in the industry about what piracy is, right? You know, there's assumption that what is piracy? Piracy is about people who want to steal stuff from you, right? That they don't want to pay any money and they want to get your content. But when you look at the fact that these people have, $2,000 PCs and they're spending $50 a month US more on their internet connections, clearly they're willing to spend money. So from our point of view, what we saw more and more is that piracy is the result of bad service on the part of game companies. So it really is a question of viewing yourself as how can you provide the best possible service to your customers, and pricing really is one of the less important aspects of that whole equation. People are happy to pay money if they're getting what they perceive as a great product delivered on their terms.
I'll leave the link of the interview snippet if you want to see it, but he also gives an example of how piracy in Russia was dealt with. And basically what they did was to provide a better service on Russia and make it easier for people to get games over there. And it is so simple. And I am just like yapping here on YouTube, but the founder of the company that has the biggest game marketplace on PC agrees with this take, and his business improved just by doing so. Now, going back to the Mega Man X Command mission example, I really like X's armor in this game.
My strength is unparalleled.
Something that could be done is, I don't know, Capcom agreeing with Nintendo to put the game on the Switch Online GameCube app, providing people with the chance to play the game conveniently on a modern console, or even better, selling the game itself. Like, I know that Nintendo is doing the whole locking things behind the Switch Online subscription to keep people subscribed to it. But I am sure that if they sold the games separately at a decent price, they will be swimming in so much money than they already do, and the goodwill from users will just skyrocket because this will be a consumer oriented decision for convenience. Another thing that Gabe mentions on the interview is the aggregated value that nowadays companies can add to their services, like cloud saving. For example, if you have a computer and it just stops functioning, you go get another one. And if you bought a game on Steam, you can first easily re download the game. And because Steam saves your data on the cloud, your save files will also be re downloaded, and you won't lose any of the progress that you have on your games. If you pirate the game, you will have to either manage all of this by yourself or have to keep manually backing up your data just in case, or just straight out losing your data. And that is the kind of convenience that people are willing to pay money for. And I mean, I'm not saying that the kind of people who just want to get things for free do not exist. Like, they clearly do. But focusing on these people, I think it's a bad decision, because no matter how good you make your service or how convenient you make it, these people will try to find their way to get the things for free. The best course is to make services as convenient for users as possible, so convenient that people who are pirating convert to paying users. So my final thoughts are these. The piracy that now exists allows us to preserve media, and it can also be like an indicator for companies to improve the services that they provide. So yeah, I hope you liked the video, and if you like this kind of content, you can subscribe, because I plan to make more content like this. So yeah, see you later.